you want to be a brilliant songwriter, a mastermind producer, or a guru that's able to solve any problem that comes up in music, then watch this video because I'm going to tell you my secrets. Hey guys, my name is Aaron Geezy, and welcome to the Geeztown Perspective. I'm a singer-songwriter and producer, and this is where I give my perspective on some things. Today I'm going to be talking about how to become a musical genius. Alright, now here it is right here. Here's the secret. Stupid advice, if you listen to it, will make you stupid. Alright, great advice will make you a genius. All right, now let me elaborate on that, give you a little bit more detail. Let me tell you a quick little story about me, kind of like learning this growing up and everything. And when I was in high school, I was considered gothic. I was wearing black clothes with band shirts, going to a lot of rock concerts, playing in bands, things like that. And I kind of just listened to the people around me, my friends, people in other bands that I knew, the rock stars, on stage, that I respected and looked up to. I just kind of listened to them, teachers, all that kind of stuff. And I was just pretty much a product of my environment, just kind of an average guy in an average band. Obviously high school, everyone's, not most people are, not that great in high school, and I was no exception to that rule. But fast forward a little bit. So I was 18, and I was introduced to a guy named Tom, who became a great friend and mentor to me. But the first time I met him, it was at a Perkins restaurant, and this is for sort of like this interview, right? And here's me, gothic, band t-shirts, and I'm trying to like dress up and look impressive, and I'm wearing, this white button-up shirt that's a little bit too tight, and some black dress pants that are probably a little bit, too short, and trying to impress, but like at the same time didn't really have dress clothes, just because that wasn't really my thing, But so anyway, we're at this Perkins restaurant, and we're sitting down, and through the course of the conversation, Tom tells me this thing. He says, people can't give you what they don't have. All right, think about that for a second. People can't give you what they don't have. All right, if I have, say, a problem with my car, and I asked my friend about it, who's not a mechanic and doesn't know anything about cars, he probably can't tell me how to fix it, right? But you see, that's a simple concept. That's common sense, right? But you see, we don't always realize that through the course of life. Like, when it comes to finances, for example, or a lot of other things, or just general like music things. Who do we ask? We ask the people around us, our friends, our family, parents, whoever, people that we respect. But the problem is you ask someone, say about songwriting, and hey, let me get your advice on this songwriting. And why am I asking you? Oh, because you're in another band and I'm friends with, and I just want some feedback and whatever. Well, if they haven't written like hit songs or better songs than you've written, how are they going to give you any better advice than you can come up with on your own? All right. It just doesn't work. So when Tom, told me that, it really got me thinking. Instead of just kind of passively listening to everyone around me, to all the rock bands and all the friends and all whatever, instead of just passively taking that in, I started qualifying and really thinking about the information that I was getting and who I was getting it from, and if they were qualified to be telling me that information. And that's literally changed everything in my life. When I'm listening to someone, instead of just going, oh, that's great advice, I'm looking at them and going, well, hey, has this worked for you? And if you will take that and apply that, and here's the thing, all right, is that to get that real, like, true wisdom, it's not going to just happen, automatically. It's not going to happen passively. It's not just going to happen through the course of conversations of, people throughout the day. You're going to have to seek it out, all right? But when you do seek it out, you're really going to get some real, life-changing wisdom. I mean, for me, I would go to, there's a conference that they do every year called the NAMM show. The NAMM convention stands for National Association of Music Merchants, right? and it's this huge convention. I want to say something like 90,000 people go to it or something like that. But all the big music vendors, which attracts all the people that are sponsored by those music companies. So just everyone in the music industry is kind of there. And I would go there, and as a producer, as a mixing engineer, I would stalk and seek out like the biggest names. I mean, Chris Lord-Alge, Dave Pensato, Neil Avron, Rafa Sardina, like just to name a few. Andrew Sheps. I mean, these are like the big names, Manny American. I could go on, but I mean, these are the kind of people that are there. These are the people that are mixing like big number one hits, people that have, mixed and produced and worked on like real huge records. And I would go to them, stalking them, seeking them, with questions ready to go, asking, and a lot of times they'd be doing little like seminars and classes and or maybe it's just like a little, like there's a plugin company and they're there to talk about how they use those plugins or whatever, but they'll take a few questions. Well, I'm there with questions ready to go, ready to get those questions answered. And the things that I learned doing that have changed everything, about the way that I work, the way that I produce, mix, write songs. I mean, that's how you learn real wisdom, not by just hanging out with your friends in your band and, hey, what do you think about this song? Because they'll tell you what you think, but guess what, they're not a hit songwriter. They're not, they haven't mixed or produced or whatever any kind of major big album, so they aren't really going to be able to give you any better advice than you already have on your own. So anyway, that's my advice for you. Hope that helps you guys. Hope that gives you something to think about. And if this is your first time watching my channel, make sure you check out my music video for my song Miracle. I put a lot of hard work into it. I think you'll enjoy that. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.